blind tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the weakness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good morning, people. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. We are here again. A new case. Hold on, I gotta clean my glasses off. I feel like I put some grease on it because I was putting some grease on my face. Not grease, but you know. So I feel like all right. Hey guys. Good morning. We have a new case on board, right? Naughty Land, we found each other yesterday for the sentencing, LOL. Yeah, I watched the sentencing. I mean, what did he get? Life without parole? I thought the judge was gonna put it off for another date. Are you talking about Alicia's sentencing or what? But anyway, good morning, guys. We have a new case on board, and this is the Lacy Jolee Boles. She is accused of unaliving her husband. She's accused of unaliving her husband, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background. Mr. Steele is her attorney. She is charged with, let me go get all the, I downloaded a lot of the paperwork. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I download all the documents on my little SD card, my 1 terabyte SD card, because I wanted to give you guys a little background on this case, and I want to be as thorough as possible. The next hearing is on June the 2nd, and the trial starts on the 15th of June. That's when the trial starts, and Mr. Steele is the attorney on record for this trial. So it should be very interesting, okay? As you know, Mr. Steele has filed quite a few motions. I'm going to give you the background of this case. On December 22nd, 2019, the police department was called on in regarding to a, a S word, someone taking their own life. Okay. Um, the police was called, and they gathered some information during the visit, and they took some things and for some forensics checking and stuff like that. And because of the COVID situation, they did not have time, or they did not do a thorough investigation until after the fact. Okay. So what was told to the police officer at the time did not match what was done in the forensics investigation. So they came back in May 29th, the following year, 2020, and arrested Miss Boles, because the information that she mentioned and what the forensics showed was not consistent to what actually supposedly happened. So they arrested her on the 29th of May. She was in jail. Then turn around in June, she received bail. So she's been out on bail for quite a few years now, because it's since 2009, 2020. So about 6 years she's been out of jail. She's been living her life, and there's been an uproar from the community in regarding to her getting bail and her being out in society. There have been like petitions signed, petition requesting that they put her back in jail, and it did not happen. So the case has been postponed several times because Mr. Steele had YSL case that he was doing. He had the Diddy case he was doing. He had the Aubrey Miss Johnson's case that he was doing. So this case had been postponed. Finally, they were supposed to go to trial back in February, but then he turned around. Mr. Steele had another case that he was doing a plea deal as well as a trial. So that never happened, because remember, he did the trial, the one that I did with in Banks County. So now we're here. It is May the 23rd. 2 weeks from now, they will have a motion hearing, and then the trial is supposed to start on the 15th of June. So that's a little bit of background of what I have for you. But during I said I was going to bring you guys the paperwork and things like that. How I came about and to talk about this case is because I found out from Mr. Steele that he had this case coming up. And so with me wanting to do my homework on this case, I went and I started digging in the going through social media, trying to get some background information and things like that. And I reached out to a couple of people, and one of those people was a group of two sisters. And well, Jess was the one I'm talking to. They have been extremely helpful to me. They have done a podcast in regard to this, because the young man that was unalive was a childhood friend of theirs, a neighborhood friend. And I'm going to play the little video from their podcast of them talking about the neighborhood and who's who and things like that. And they have been very distraught in what happened to their friend. And they are very adamant about the guilt of Miss Boles. Okay. They're between the two of them, I think they have 7 children. These children have not seen their paternal grandparents, and they've been trying to petition her to see the children. They have not seen the children. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in this case. A lot. But I wanted to hold on a second, bring you up to their podcast. Hold on. You know, I like to get all my homework done with all of this stuff. Hold on a second. Just bear with me a second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on a second. Okay, these are the young ladies that has been doing a podcast regarding this case.
Googled him, and all of a sudden, like, I'm down rabbit holes about this situation. So apparently he was married to this woman and she shot him and tried to stage it as a suicide.
Yep.
So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I gotta look. This chick is out on like bail right now. They haven't even done her court case.
I think because of COVID and the court systems and all that stuff, she like sort of skated by on this, because
Yeah.
if she's out and about.
It says all the forensic testing and all of that was delayed because of COVID. So I just Googled him, and all of a sudden, like, I'm down rabbit holes about this situation. So apparently he was married to this woman and she...
Okay, this is the young ladies. There's their YouTube is at Sisters Uncensored. At Sisters Uncensored. Okay, and it's podcast number 13. And we're going to go take a look at that one. They did give me permission to view their podcast. Hold on a second. Just a second, y'all. Oh, hold on a second. We got one here that we're going to show them talking about. Hold on.
shocking legal cases, each one involving power, corruption, and a system protecting its own. Start with Lacy Boles. She allegedly murdered Daniel Akers and with the help of police tried to make it appear as a suicide, but it took months before the coroner ruled it a homicide. Even after her arrest, District Attorney Dick Donovan and Brian Steele made a closed-door deal for her bail. Donovan, later charged with bribery and forced to resign by Governor Brian Kemp, left Steele to keep the case tied up and out of court for years. Now Karen Reed, a man ends up dead. The evidence doesn't...
Okay. Did you so y'all heard that part of it. Okay, let's go get more. Hey, Kristen. Okay, let's go ahead on. Let me go ahead on and bring the article. Okay, I told you guys about the petition that they have out there to revoke her bail. They have that right here. Let me show you guys the petition. This is the petition that they had. They have 10,277 signatures, and it's a petition to revoke bond for Lacy Jolee Boles in the malice murder of Daniel Lee Akers. It says on December 22nd, 2019, approximately at 12:44 a.m., a 911 call was placed to Paulding E911, emergency 911, referring to a possible suicide attempt. Deputies, along with the fire EMS personnel, responded to the scene where they discovered Daniel Akers deceased at the residence with a gunshot wound to the head. As detectives began their investigation, they discovered some inconsistencies with what Daniel's wife stated in relation to what the evidence indicated. The evidence lead detectives to believe that something else had occurred at the home rather than what was originally reported as suicide. Due to the inconsistencies in this case, the death of Daniel Akers remained an open and active death investigation pending an autopsy. Daniel's body was subsequently transported to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, crime lab in Atlanta for autopsy. Due to the complexity of this case, combined with the COVID-19 pandemic that temporarily closed government entities down, it took much longer to get a full autopsy result back from the GBI. This left the family devastated. Family and friends close to Daniel knew better than what he would never harm himself or anyone else for that matter. The truth was about to tell us what happened to that dreadful night. On May 29, 2020, the autopsy report came back from the GBI medical examiner's office. The report determined that the gunshot wound suffered by Akers was not self-inflicted, and the cause of death was listed as homicide. The same day, the detectives from the Paulding County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division secured warrant and arrested Lacy Jolee Boles without incident. She was ultimately charged with the following offense: malice murder, felony, murder, felony, aggravated assault, felony, false statement, felony, tampering with evidence, felony. Not to mention child endangerment charges still brought up since 3 of the youngest children were in the house when this happened. Recently, the family was notified that Jolee Lacy Boles was granted bond by the Paulding County Superior Court on June 5th, 2020, and was released from the Paulding County Jail on a $100,000 bond on June 6, 2020. Daniel's story was posted on Facebook and people are outraged. Family and friends are demanding justice for Daniel. To please take minutes to sign the petition to not allow the bond for his murder. No bond for murder. Justice for Danny. And these are the people that petitioner starter was Laurie Faye Durden. All right, so that's the petition that they put out to get her bond revoked from the judge. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Those that are coming in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So, there has been a lot of motions, a lot of paperwork that has been filed on this case. There's a lot of things. One of the things that I took notice of is when there was some a search that was done at the home, and Mr. Steele put in a motion to suppress the search because he felt it was illegal and it wasn't done. It was no what do you call it, warrant for a search prior. I think during the time when the actual unaliving happened, there was a search done, and I think there was not an order put in for a search to be done. So we're gonna go ahead on and go review that paperwork. We got a lot of paperwork, so I'm gonna take my time with this case. On June 2nd, I will be at the courthouse to bring you guys the update in regard to this case. Anybody have any questions? Any question? I know I see some new people in here. Let's see. Good morning. Are you new? SKR Rubnik. Good morning. Let's see who else is new. I have not seen. Anybody else? I saw somebody else. I want to welcome you. Nashida Queen, good morning. Are you new here? You probably not, but you like my hat. Thank you. Thank you. I got this from Cece. Cece got me this hat. Thank you so much. Good. Let me go ahead and say good morning to everybody in the chat, so I don't think I'm just being favoritism. Good morning, Coco. Good morning, Serena. Good morning, Nosy Rosie. Good morning, Bonnie Turner. Good morning, Naughty Lynn. Good morning, Miss Torres. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Christine. Good morning. Let's see. That's it. Okay. Good. So that's it in a nutshell. In regard to this case, she is accused of unaliving her husband. Originally, she told the police that he had unalived himself. So that is where we are. But let me go ahead on and pull some stuff off of this for you. Hold on a second. Oh, it's not recognizing it. I don't know why it's not recognizing it. Hold on. We gotta recognize this thing here. Why it's not recognizing it? It's not recognizing it, y'all. It's not recognizing my jump drive. I know it works because I just had it on the other computer. Maybe it's just this little thing here probably don't work for that one. Let me go get another adapter. Hold on a second, y'all. Trying to get another adapter so I can plug it in so you guys can see the paperwork. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's see if it worked now. I got another adapter. I got another adapter on this. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Hold on a second. Let's see if it works. Let's see. There it is. It worked. Boom, boom. All right. Let's go in here. Let me go get my... There we go. Lacy's case. All right. Let's go ahead on and take a look at this stuff here. Okay, let me put my little thing up here. All right, let's go ahead and share this. Let's share this. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, let me close this out. Let me just share what's on the screen here. Share. All right, you guys, you ready? All right, here we go. Okay, that's the emergency hearing. Never mind that. No, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Let me close this one out. Let me pull up the other one. Okay, here we go. Here's some these some of the motions that Steele has submitted in regard to his case. This is here is the Ms. Boles opposed to state notice to intent to introduce hearsay evidence pursuant to OCGA 24-8-803 6 as well as OCGA 24-9-902 11. Okay, it's here. Now comes defendant Lacy, Miss Lacy Boles, by and through undersigned counsel, and hereby filed this opposition to the state's notice to intent to introduce hearsay evidence pursuant to OCGA, and we read the numbers already, right? In support of this motion, in opposition to Ms. Boles, shows as Ms. Boles is innocent of all crimes in the above referenced indictment. On or about Tuesday, October 7, 2025, Ms. Boles' counsel received the state's October 2nd, 2025 stamp file notice of intent to introduce hearsay evidence pursuant to the above referenced statutes. Ms. Boles take exception to same. Specifically, the state is attempting to introduce complete medical records of Ms. Boles from and on or about December 22nd, 2019, from the Wellstar Paulding Hospital. Oh, okay. Ms. Boles objects to the introduction of these records as some of these written are not covered by OCGA 24-8 or 803. Okay, we don't want to read those numbers. As to these writings and reports and narrative are rank hearsay and some possibly violate the confrontational clause. These records, if admissible, to all pursuant to the business record exception, would have to be heavily redacted. The prosecution make no attempt to state which part of these medical records are they actually seeking to introduce at trial. Medical records do not, per se, meet the business record exception or any other exception to the hearsay rules. The state has not identified which statement from these medical records they seek to introduce. Without saying, it is impossible to know whether the medical records should be admitted pursuant to the above referenced statutes. For example, assuming that a statement is admissible under the above referenced statute, those exceptions do not overcome the hearsay within hearsay. Concern recognized in OCGA 24-8-803. And then it says, see the example, Tugler versus Rose. Ms. Boles is not limiting herself to objections pursuant to OCGA 24-8-805, but uses the above as an example. Wherefore, Ms. Boles respectively requests a hearing on this motion, and at the conclusion of the same, asks this honorable court to grant the above request relief and deny the state's motion, which is too general, not specific, and uphold Ms. Boles' objection the same. This 8th day of October 2025. So he put in a motion for those hearsay medical records to not be introduced. Yeah. Okay, we have another motion. Oh, this is the hearsay. This is okay, now we're not gonna do that one. Hold on a second. I'm gonna okay, I wonder why they mentioned his original attorney was removed. And I wanna go check that out. Okay, the bond is $100,000. Her bond is $110,200. That was her bond. That was her bond. Is the video done? What video? What video? Is a video done? What video? What video is she talking about? What video is Pam talking about? Is Pam coming in late and asking questions that had nothing to do with this? Is she one of those late birds? All right, here we go. Here's what she is charged with. Okay, count 1, which is malice murder. The girls' YouTube you was playing it. Yeah, it's been done. It was a short clip. It was a short clip. The podcast, I hadn't put that up yet. I haven't put the podcast up. She's count 1 is malice murder. Count 2, felony murder. Count 3, aggravated assault. Count 4. Hold on a second. Tampering. I can't even say it. Tampering with evidence. And then count 6 is false statement. That's what she was provided. That's what she said. Hold on a second. Just a minute, y'all. Everything's like shorts, and I'm trying to find out the actual podcast on that one. It just says their shorts is up. It's just their shorts. I don't want the shorts. Hold on a second. Let me see. I might find it right here. Hold on. Hold on, okay. So I think it was 13, episode 13. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I'm looking for the actual podcast where it was podcast number 13. But it's not. Looking for 1331. I thought it was 13. Hold on. Because I listened to it. This one. This is not. It's not the one. Hold on a second. I tried to I need to contact Jess and ask her for that episode because I can't find it. Let me send her a message. Let me send Jess a message and tell her that I cannot find the podcast on that one. There she go. Let me see if she can get me a. How come I can't respond to her? There we go. I'm trying to figure out why I can't respond to her message. Come on. Not let me respond to her message. Let me go do it from my phone because it's not letting me respond from my message. And it's not letting me do it here. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. There we go, there they go. Oh, it's not letting me do it, y'all. Oh my God. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it from the thing. I have to do it from my phone. Well, anyway, y'all, I can't find the thing. But we did say we're going to bring up some more motions. Let's see. There's another motion that. So she is out. She's been home all this time. She's been home all this time. Okay, here it says that they're asking for motions of discovery, the discovery motion. They want to impeach production, impeaching and mitigating the evidence. It says, now come defendant Lacy Jolee, Boles, by and through undersigned counsel, and respectfully move this court pursuant to the 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution and Article 1, Section 1, Paragraph 1, 1, 11, and 16 of the Georgia Constitution as constructed, and applies to the case of Brady versus Maryland and Giles versus Maryland, Giglio versus United States, Hicks versus State, respectively, moved this court to require the state to produce and make available to the defendant all exploratory impeaching and mitigating evidence within the possession, custody, or control of the state pursuant to the provision of 4th, 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the United States in accordance with the principle United States versus Agar. Okay, it says defendant specifically requested that the state be ordered to furnish and make available for inspection and photocopying as soon as possible any and all evidence, material, or information, whether recorded, written, or otherwise documented, that is within the possession, custody, or control of the state, or which by the exercise of reasonable due diligence to obtain by the state, in which evidence is favorable to, or which in a matter of expletor, defendant intends to establish a defense or which may help defendant impeach state witnesses, and which may help defendant avoid conviction or mitigate the punishment. Disclosure of said evidence is necessary for defendant to prepare an adequate defense. This evidence cannot reasonably be obtained other than through discovery requests herein. Defendant therefore respectively moves this court to order the state and its agents to advise defendant of the existence of the following evidence and to permit defendant or her attorney to inspect, review, analyze, copy, and photograph, and as appropriate to test the following enumerated records, papers, documents, books, physical and tangible property, tapes, photographs, video recording, and any other property of whatever nature. For the purpose of this motion and the terms prosecution, prosecutor, state agency, state agent, and officer, wherever used herein shall include but not be limited to the following person. A, any employee or officer of this state, federal, or local agency or organization, including but not limited to the county district attorney's office, this county sheriff's department, and any officers or agent within the state of Georgia. And B, any person not a state employee, but who is associated with, receive monies or any other remuneration or consideration of sort from, or who provides information of any federal, state, or local agency, included but not limited to informants, contract employees, and whether or not such person are publicly known or recognized as being as associated. Defendant is entitled to discovery of the evidence requested herein pursuant to statutory and constitutional authority, including but not limited to the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. In Article 1, Section 1, Paragraph 1, 13 and 14 and 26 of the Constitution of Georgia, 1983, particularly as regards to evidence that is exploratory, impeachment, or mitigating. Such material is discoverable pursuant to decision of the Supreme Court of the United States. Okay, let's go. There's just a bunch of things here. Okay, here's the stuff they're asking for. They're asking for a statement of defendant, whether reduced to writing or not. Any and all statement, confessions, or admissions made by defendant, whether written or oral or subsequently reduced to writing. Something popping up, y'all. Hold on. What the heck going on here with my computer? My computer's acting up, y'all. Hold on. I don't know why it's acting crazy. My computer's flickering. Oh, what the heck? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, stop flickering. What the heck is going on with this daggone computer? It was flickering a few minutes ago. It was flickering. But, well, he's asking for all the records. I wasn't showing you guys this. I'm sorry. I thought I had it up for you guys to see. My apologies. I've been reading this and I didn't even know y'all don't even see it. There it is. Do you guys see it now? My bad. I thought I had it up for you guys to see it. All right. Any statement that she has, whether it's written, anything she has said, any confessions and stuff like that. Any statement written, okay, we already read that one. Oral statements, right? Oral statement which have been overheard. Look, even if somebody overheard something, they want that. Any law enforcement or agency statement, okay, Any written summarizing reports, transcribing verbatim, any conversation, including defendant, regardless whether or not the conversation occurred prior to or after indictment. Oh, well, he wants everything, y'all. He is not joking. He wants everything. And names a person with knowledge of facts. Okay, they want everything. They want the complete list containing the names, address, phone numbers, and whereabouts of all persons who have knowledge pertaining to this case, who have been interviewed by the state or its agent in connection to the investigation and the prosecution of this case, included but not limited to all persons who provided information to the state concerning their knowledge and or perceived knowledge of the crimes alleged in this indictment, both before and after defendant's arrest. List of witnesses, criminal and juvenile records of witnesses. He want the criminal and juvenile records of the witnesses, y'all. Defendants and criminal records, okay. And I do have the defendant's criminal record because I went and pulled up that she was shoplifting in Walmart, y'all. She was shoplifting at Walmart. She got some cream that cost $19. She had put it in her purse, allegedly. No, she wasn't convicted. And then they try to do well, we'll talk about that later. Okay. Consideration of promises of consideration to witnesses, threats against witnesses, impeaching material, non-witness declarant statement, witness prior to testimony, tangible objects. Look at this. Photograph, charge, diagrams, sketch, and maps, logs, investigative notes of government communication, summary of surveillance, tape recordings, scientific tests and results. Look at this. Look how thorough Mr. Steele is, y'all. Search and arrest, medical, psychological, psychiatric, institution records, exploratory information known to or in possession of state, grand jury proceeding. Oh, they get all the documents and exhibit presented to the grand jury transcripts of the testimony of all witnesses appearing before the grand jury, whether all matters before the grand jury was transcribed, including all comments made by the assistant DA in all grand juries. If any comments were transcribed, please explain why. A list of names and title of each state's employee who was present at the grand jury during the grand jury room during that taking of the testimony. Boom, boom, boom. Let me tell you something, y'all. If there was a polygraph examination, y'all, even though they say polygraphs don't matter. Communication with defendant, promise of immunity, qualification of expert, extrinsic offense and conduct evidence, no original notes, memorandum, audio and video recordings, criminal conduct, unlawful action, background, photographic lineups. Wherefore, defendant respectfully prays all the following: that the court enter order granting the discovery requested in this motion and directing the state to immediately make such disclosure. Okay, y'all. Steel ain't playing, y'all. This is Mr. Steel. All right. Okay, Mr. Steel. Okay, Mr. Steel. He asked for all of that, y'all. Mr. Steel ain't playing. Mr. Steel is not playing, y'all. He asked for all that info. He is not playing. So that's the case that we will be working on. Don't forget, on June 2nd is the hearing. They're having a motion before trial hearing. So to iron out all the motion outstanding, to iron out all outstanding motions for this case. But that's it for y'all. That's it. And I'll be back on because I got something to talk to you guys about today, y'all. I got something to talk to you guys about because I have. Should I put it on this? No, we're gonna leave this alone. And give me about 15 minutes and I'll be right back. Promise. Okay? All right, I just got to do my thumbnail, okay? So I'll see you guys soon. But we will be doing the Lacy Jolee Boles case next. Bye. Don't forget to support this channel. Here's the ways you can support. You guys know I'm an independent trial vlogger. And you guys know that I need you guys' help in any capacity, any way you can. Do be a blessing, and I will be grateful to you guys. But we'll be right back, okay? I got something to talk to you guys about. Bye.
Thank you for watching the Infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign and joys we'll go gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night.
This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mars and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars.